What's up, guys? It's Coop Dizzle here, and welcome back to Sanctuary, where we're trying to build the most epic base of all time. So, it is another beautiful day here in Sanctuary, and my friends, I've made a ton of progress since the last time that I saw you. This episode's going to be a little bit light on the building thing, but there's going to be a lot of progress to show off. So, let's talk about a couple of quick things. First of all, I went ahead and fixed this platform. I talked about that in the last episode. I can't remember who it was. There was a subscriber who said that they thought it looked good the way it was, but I think it looks a lot better just as a more sort of like rounded shape right there. And I did a little bit of work on the inside, mostly villager breeding stuff. Yeah, guys, in the last episode, okay, so yeah, like I said, we're trying to build the most epic base of all time, right? And we made a big step in the last episode. And by the way, thank you so much to everyone who left a like or a comment on the last episode of Sanctuary. That definitely means a lot. And if you do enjoy this episode, please make sure and hit the like button as well. But yeah, I've been breeding tons and tons of villagers, and I just can't do any trading yet. But getting all of that stuff automated and kind of finished off, we still have to put in that last floor over there. I'm trying to think of some cool stuff to do on the roof, and I just don't know what I want to do yet, so I'm kind of waiting to fill that in. But getting all of that like completely automated was a really big step towards having the ultimate base. We're going to have some amazing villager trades in there once we can start doing some actual trading, which made me think the next thing that we really need to do is to build a big fully automated farm, right? So we can start trading stuff. And I thought we're going to go ahead and do that over there. Now, I'm intentionally not looking down too far because I don't want to spoil the big thing. Well, actually, I might as well. You guys saw the time lapse, right? So there's the road right there. But yeah, so I think right there might be where we put our next big skyscraper, which is going to be a fully automated villager powered wheat and carrot and potato farm, and beetroots, I think, too. So, but yeah, so the big thing for this episode build-wise, though, is going to be the roads. Because I was thinking, like, I started to do that, and I was like, you know what? I know that I want to have roads in here, but I don't know how much room they're going to take up. I don't know what the design is yet. So I figured we better get the roads done first, and that'll be really cool. Like, it'll connect all of our stuff up together. So I got the first part of that done in the time-lapse. I hope you guys enjoyed the time-lapse, by the way. Alright, so got Optifine back as well, which is really cool. But yeah, so let's take a look. There are a couple of things that you would not have seen in the time-lapse. First of all, here's how this kind of looks close up. I think it looks pretty slick. One of the things you wouldn't have seen in the time-lapse are these pillars over here. And I'll just zoom in on them real quick. I think they turned out pretty good. I went through a few different sort of iterations of support pillars, and that's my favorite. But what I think is really going to set those pillars off, what I really want to do with it is I really want to put some of those end rods instead of the, I think the iron bars look good, but I think end rods would really make it pop and kind of add to that futuristic feel that we're trying to go for here in this city. What? Do I have it? Ah, I can't even make another stair. Dang it, how am I missing a stair? I thought I had everything. I thought I had this ready to show you guys. Here's the other big thing that you wouldn't have seen is this. I took this was originally flat like everything else. And one of the things that I talked about is that I wanted this, I wanted the roads to be sort of like, I wanted them to change elevation and sort of bend and curve and flex and things like that. And so this was my first attempt. And let me tell you guys, I didn't do this on camera because it was just going to take forever. And it did. It's taken me like many hours. I want to say I've probably spent a good, I don't know, maybe 6 hours or something. Between 6 and 10. It could be probably more than 6. But I've seriously taken a very long time trying to get this curve to look good. What? There's supposed to be a slab right there. Dang it. I really thought I had this thing ready to show you guys. I'm going to have to fix that too. Alright, so I need, do I have the slabs on me? I have one slab. Alright, we can fix that in a minute. But yeah, so I think that the curve turned out pretty good. You can let me know what you think though, because it is a little bit awkward, and I tried to do the best that I could. If it were more than 3 blocks thick, like let's say if it were, I don't know, 5 blocks thick, then it would be a lot easier to make this sort of gradual, smooth transition on the slopes. But it is really hard because it's 3 blocks thick. Like, basically, these don't always go down where I really wanted them to. What I found out is that in order to do that, do you see how, I'm sorry for the bobbing, but do you see how these 3 blocks are sort of on the same coordinate, so to speak? It's sort of flat, except for the fact that it goes down, right? And then it pops out one and keeps going. If you try to go down at the same time that the block is popping out, or in for that matter, it just doesn't work. You can't make it work. So I really had to kind of compromise on what I was doing. And in fact, I got a few pictures to show you guys, just so you can see. Like I said, I didn't record on the time lapse, but here are some pictures so you can kind of see the different iterations. And yeah, it just, those first 2 were a total mess, and I was really ready to give up on it. But I'm glad that I didn't, because, you know, I think this turned out pretty nice. So let me know what you think. If you think this looks weird, then I see where you're coming from. We can change it back and make it flat. Absolutely no problem. I am so slow because I forgot to put my armor on, and that would be a good idea at nighttime. So we have a lot more work to do on the roads, and that's going to be the big thing that we do today. So the first thing is, like, this little staircase right here, I think this staircase is going to go away. And instead, this is going to be sort of an on-ramp. And I want to build on-ramps to this curve. So I want it to be an on-ramp going that way and an on-ramp going that way, so that we can, from here, we can head out to either side of the base. Now the curve, the stairs on the back side are going to stay in place because I do want to be able to get up here, just in case I need to, yeah, get up here from the thing. I'm going to have a think about that. We're going to build some on-ramps, and once we get the on-ramp from this platform done, then we're going to extend the road out in that direction over there and connect it up to that platform. And hopefully we can get that done before I need to put this episode out. I still have a couple of details I want to add to the roads as well, but I want to make sure I have enough quartz. It's going to take a lot of quartz, and I want to make sure I have enough of that just to get the basic design done, because that is kind of expensive all by itself. But actually, right now, I want to... Okay, so in the last episode, you guys may have seen this. I had a dream, and I... Uh-oh, hello. Is my connection bad? It sure is. Okay, do I have ender pearls? Sure do. So, right now, I'm actually really worried about Photog Heights. So, I had a dream, and in this dream, there was like an end dragon and a bunch of withers just laying waste to Photog Heights. And I didn't have time to go check it out in the last episode because I was really trying to hustle to get that episode out before I had to leave town. So, I want to go make sure everything's okay because, you know, I don't know. Like, sometimes I have dreams and sometimes those dreams come true. And I'm I've been worried about it. So let's go check that out. I'm going to go head over to Photog Heights. I'll meet you over there. Oh, please be okay. Please be okay. I mean, I know that I'm the only one playing on this map these days. Like, the Streamcraft server doesn't use this map anymore. But I feel like because I'm still playing on this map, it's my job to sort of protect it. You know what I mean? Please, 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 everything be okay. Okay, Alex's house is good. Oh, God. Okay. Whew. Okay, good. I mean, it was just a dream, right? So we're okay. Oh, man. That's such a relief. Things are still loading in, but it looks like everything's okay. All right, man. So, I tell you what, though. That dream, it didn't come true. It wasn't a vision, but it may have been a warning. Usually when I have a dream, and like I heard Notch's voice in the dream, but it was stuff that he'd already told me in a previous dream. So I feel like that was sort of a warning that maybe Photog Heights is going to fall under attack. He did say that they wanted to destroy not only Sanctuary, but the whole world, whatever this powerful force was. And so I'm thinking, I can't be in two places at once, right? So I need some kind of system, I think. What we might do, I don't think we're going to do it in this episode because I did just get back from vacation. Hello. Oh, lag. Hello. So I did just get back from vacation. I don't really have time to do this in this episode. But I think we need some kind of early warning detection system. So I'm going to try and come up with a design, something that can sort of detect threats when threats enter the area, and then sound some sort of alarm back at Sanctuary so that way I'll know that something's going down and I need to get over here. I think that sounds like a pretty good idea. So, but man, I'm so glad. I'm so glad everything's okay. Alright, so if you are a Streamcraft member, don't worry guys. Photog Heights, everything's good here. We're all good. I'm going to get some kind of warning system set up, and that way I'll know. And like I can just show up here and defend the town, and hopefully I'll be able to defend it. But that's probably the best we're going to be able to do. So anyway, I'm going to head back over to Sanctuary. Let's get back to work on the roads. Something really weird is going on here. I'm just starting to plan out the roads, but look at this. Okay, sea lanterns, right? I've got sea lanterns here, and then all of a sudden it gets dark. Like these sea lanterns aren't giving off any light at all. That one's working like it's supposed to. But dude, what's the deal? Now watch this. Oh, I better eat something real quick. Okay, so if I break this and then put it back in place, now it lights up. And not only that, but this one kind of works too. Fix your game, Mojang. I know I said I was going to start with this on-ramp over here, but that's going to be way, way harder than what I'm doing right now. So we're going to save that for later, and we're going to do that first. Now, to really explain, I just want to take a second here and kind of explain how I'm laying this out so that, you know, I don't know, because it might help you guys. So just in case it might be of help to someone who's watching this, I want to kind of explain my thought process here. So I tried to line up something on the center. That's not it. Anyway, I tried to line this up with about roughly the center of that platform, and then I also took a line that is almost centered on this road right here. Now, because that tower isn't even numbered in the center, this is actually an even number in the center too. So I just picked one of, there are like two center blocks basically, so I just picked one. I picked that one right here, and this started out with a straight line. Let me see if you can see it. A straight line going out all the way to that platform, and that straight line going all the way out to this platform. And then I found the halfway point, and that 3 blocks right there was a straight line that connected the two like an H. So from there, I just kind of figured out what would be a good curve to connect these two lines up, and then I deleted the extensions like the rest of the lines. So it kind of left you with this straight line, curve, straight line that way. From there, I wanted to do something really cool with this. So basically, I want it to feel like a road system, you know? And when you're on like a loop or an interstate or something like that, or a highway, you have on-ramps and off-ramps. And I thought that would be really cool if we could have like an on-ramp and an off-ramp. So that way, if I'm coming from that direction over there, I can just sort of naturally path my way around here, curving like this, right? Or likewise, if I'm coming from the Villager Trade Center, I could sort of naturally path my way off in this direction if I want to go this way. The thing is, that would be really cool. But this is going to be another one of those cases where I'm just going to kick myself for not starting on a bigger scale. And I know that's going to sound kind of like weird to some of you, like, man, this is already a humongous project. And it is. I mean, the thing is, I don't think that I would have been capable of doing Sanctuary any bigger than this in survival mode. And in vanilla survival mode especially, because it's already such a humongous area to do. So I'm just going to have to sort of bite the bullet here. There's like a cost, what is it called? A cost to benefit analysis that I have to do in my head. To get a natural curve here, I'm having to take up so much space. And what I also wanted to do was to leave enough room here that I could kind of do something cool with this little gap. Like, I don't know, like maybe build up a little tree or something like that. Who knows? But I have extended this as far out as I possibly can allow myself to do so. And basically, by the time this thing gets a good curve, and a good on-ramp curve, it's already time to do this curve. So it's really going to take away from the overall shape of the road if I do the on-ramp, off-ramp thing. And so I tell you what, I'm going to make a really small change to the layout. I'm going to show you that, and then we're going to do a third-person time-lapse of building out this part of the road. Okay, so that's cleaned up quite a bit, and now you can, I think, see my sort of planning phase a whole lot better here. And what we're going to end up having to go with, whoops, I forgot to fix these. Let's just do that, whoops, real quick, like so, and like so, perfect. So what we're going to end up having to do, instead of doing like a full on-ramp, off-ramp, is we're just going to curve this out a little bit. It's going to be a pretty sharp curve, but it'll still get it'll give a little bit of shape and a little bit of that ability to sort of curve in your pathing, which I think is really important. And I don't think that we're really going to be able to get any kind of gap right here. I don't think that's going to work out too well. So we're literally going to end up just knocking all of this out right here. Yeah. And maybe this one too. So yeah, we'll knock out all of this right here and probably knock this out. I don't know how I'm going to do that. But anyway, let me, that's kind of what it's going to be. And that's going to give you more of a straightaway here before you go into this curve and then walk up to the World Trade Center here. So the other thing too that I kind of wanted to show you guys is, you know, I don't know, I feel like I'm getting a little bit better at doing sort of these complex curves. And I'm really wanting to sort of, I guess, utilize that as much as I can in Sanctuary. So that whole area over there where we took that curving shape and then put some bends in it as well, like some horizontal or no, vertical bends. This one is actually really, really easy. But basically what I did is I extended the top. This is going to be the top of the road here. I extended that out quite a ways. Let me get to where I can see this a whole lot better. Let's go ahead and slime block it. Okay, yeah, so this right now is just coming straight out like this. And then you will see, though, at the bottom, that's where it comes out for the three tall thing. And then this line was coming up like this. So it was really simple. I just had to kind of decide, okay, at what point is it going to be safe to start curving this down? And it's a really, really small curve. But, you know, if you wanted to, you just follow the sequence that you'd normally see in a circle. So, like, maybe you come out 5 on 1, and then you come out, let's say maybe 3, right? And then you do 2 and then 1, and then you could start reversing it to sort of smooth it back out the other way. So anyway, just that's kind of how I'm doing it, guys. I don't know if that makes any sense. But if you have any questions about it, let me know. And yeah, so, but that's how this is going to work, which means that this then is going to come down like this, and like this. We can knock these out here. These blocks are actually going to, let me think here. I have some, well, I have a slab. Oh wait, that slab's reserved. I gotta fix that thing. Yeah, so let's just do this real quick. We'll have like this and like this. So yeah, and that'll kind of help smooth that out too. And we're gonna have these quartz slabs here to help give that a little bit of depth as well. So anyway, I feel like I can hardly move around. I'm feeling kind of claustrophobic. Oh, dang it. But that is the planning phase complete, guys. So what you're going to see in the third person time lapse is I'm actually going to build out the entire bottom of the platform first, except for the support pillars. And then I'm going to come back through here and build the top of it out. Or actually, I'm going to build the middle portion out with all the bone blocks. And then I'll come back through and build the top of the platform. And yeah, I'm excited, guys. This is going to be cool. Let's get this done. And we're back, and I've got something cool to show you guys. The road is basically done. Well, that part doesn't look so great, but let's take a look at the whole thing in general. we now have, well, first of all, we have this, it's not really a roundabout, but it's a circular path, right? And the idea for this is that the observation tower, which we're standing on top of right now, is basically the center point of and the centerpiece for Sanctuary, right? So this is going to be the central hub of activity, and I just figured, hello, do I have a slab on me? I get distracted so easily sometimes. There we go. I bet that's been needing to get fixed for a long time. But basically, this is going to be sort of the central hub, and we want all of our roads to basically branch out from here. So, in addition to that, we managed to build out our road out to the trading center. We got that all finished up, and I'm really happy with how that shape kind of turned out. You know, the road gets a little bit wider on these curves and bends and things, but I'm actually okay with that. It's really tough to get it absolutely perfect, and especially on this scale, kind of like, well, I talked about that a little bit earlier. And then we've got this walkway connecting up the platform up to the central circle thing. By the way, playing at this base sometimes, guys, is a lot of fun. Like, check this out. And then I can just hop up here. And now I'm on the road and I'm ready to go to the World Trade Center, which is really cool. So anyway, so the thing about this part, I said this was going to be the hardest part, and I was probably, well, I was pretty close. I think that this curve right here was the hardest part by far. This was definitely more complicated than this bit over here. And I've got just a few things to talk to you guys about. I need your opinions on stuff. And yeah, I want to make a couple of quick announcements before we sign off. So this side of it, I think looks pretty good. Okay, I think that looks pretty good, and I'm really happy with how that side of it looks. And you know, I think it feels pretty good walking down here. I don't really have any complaints about it. However, the opposite directions are not the case. Like if I just walk, that, I mean, that looks all right. It's a little bit awkward, I think, but overall it's not bad. I think it'll do. Now here's what I hate about it, and I really do hate this, but I don't think there's anything I can do. Like, look at that side. It looks so weird. It looks so weird, but here's what it is, guys. It's an optical illusion, and I don't think there's much I can do. So do you see like these 4 blocks right here? It looks like they're slanting downwards, but they're not. They're all on the same level, but because of our perspective, what's also happening is that those blocks are each getting closer towards us. So even though they're on the same level, they're getting closer to us from this perspective, so it looks like they're slanting down. So these 4 blocks are the same, but they look like they slant. Same with these 3, with these 2, and with these 2. And so it just looks a little bit weird, and yeah, there's really nothing I can do about it. The thing is, because of how this bend happens, right, I basically had to curve the road out this way. And again, I would have loved to have done like one going this way and one going that way, which I tried, but trying to get the pathway up to there, it's too steep for me to make it work. So yeah, we're just kind of, that's gonna have to be a thing, you know? Like, it's one of the interesting things about doing really big builds, like just big projects like this base, is that decisions that you make always have impacts. They always impact what you have to do later on. So, but overall, I'm pretty happy with it. We went ahead and kept the staircase intact, and at some point, because our next big thing is going to be over here, I would love to be able to drop down this chute right here and get on a little on-ramp onto this side too. So it might be a little bit tough to squeeze in, and it's going to be a lot steeper, but I might be able to do it because it'll just be a straight shot, right? So we might put that in at a later point once we get this built. I'd like for you to give your opinion in the comments on a couple of things. So the first one is the lighting in the road. Originally, I wanted to do something like this, where we have this glass block and then the sea lantern underneath, because I think that looks really modern, right? Although, if these are meant to be sort of like roads, granted they're really narrow roads, but if they're meant to be roads, then that doesn't make sense. This would make more sense, almost like the strips on the pavement, right? They kind of, yeah, keep you in your lane or whatever. At the same time, if they're just pedestrian walkways, which is probably more realistic, this would be a really good modern lighting solution. So the thing is, I looked at it and I was like, you know what? I kind of like the look of this better. I don't know what it is, but I kind of just like it being flush. It's a little bit cleaner. But you let me know what you think, because this would be a real easy change to make, and I think I'd be happy with it either way. The second thing is, check this out. I don't think I showed this off yet. End rods, baby. Actually, we use this in a couple of things. All right, so check this out. Let me show you over here first. Remember how I said that these were going to set the pillars off? It did, right? I think that looks really good. Now, I need your opinion on the pillars. So on the pillars, let me know. Iron bars or end rods? Now, the thing is, I'll have to change the... let me get over here so I'm not bobbing. I'll have to change the orientation of these top stairs a little bit because you'll notice that the end rod doesn't connect up too well with that half of the stair, right? So on these over here, like this one where I tried it, I went ahead and just did the stair right side up. And that, and that just, I think, looks a lot better if we go with the end rods. I think with the iron bars, I think it's fine. It sticks out just a tiny bit, but I'm okay with it. In fact, I kind of like how that shape thins out at the top. But this kind of looks a little more powerful, and at nighttime looks really cool. But yeah, and then this over here, now this would take a lot of farming because I don't have a bunch of these on hand. I was able to make some with some materials that I had, but I was only able to make about 4 stacks of these end rods. But I think they could add a really cool detail, and they definitely light up the sides of the road really, really well. These, by the way, light up the bottom really, really well. So that could be a really cool detail. The question is, should we do it? Like, does that look cool? And in fact, just for funsies, we can throw a few more on here. Yeah, that's totally wrong. Okay, hang on a second. Oh man, that is pretty, isn't it? Guys, Sanctuary, there's such a long way from being done, but it really is turning into something pretty cool, I think. Okay, end rods are right around here somewhere, aren't they? Let's just do this. Let's hop down. Okay, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's get over there real quick. We'll place these together and then we'll check it out. Just to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So over here maybe. So we'll just place a few more of these so we can get sort of a better idea of how this is going to affect things overall. Okay, that should do a good enough job. Let's hop down here. Yeah, so that's kind of cool, right? And it's getting dark. You're going to see this real soon. Yeah, man, I think that could be a really, really neat detail. And again, add some more of that futuristic vibe. So the question is, do we like this better, where we have that extra detail, or do we like the clean look of just the bone blocks right there? So that's thing number 3 in the comments. Let me know. We're about to see how this kind of lights things up too. Let me just wait a second so we can check that out. All right, so here we go, guys. Man, that's a great screenshot too. I might take that one. Okay, so now you can really see the difference that it makes because we're a little bit further away. You can see that over there, it's definitely adding a lot more light. I do think it takes away a little bit from the cleanliness of that bone block texture. Excuse me. And then over here, we've got the pillars that are lit up. I think that's a really cool look. So, but you know, I'm cool. Like, I'm good either way. I think they're all good. I wanted to remind you, in case I haven't said it yet in this episode, there is going to be a vlog coming out soon. I really wanted to have that out on Tuesday for you guys, but unfortunately, I kind of derped up and wasn't actually recording when I thought I was. And so there was some footage that just I didn't have. So, oh no, dang it. I thought I did that with my axe. So anyway, yeah, I have to kind of re-record like the bulk of that blog. I should have that out hopefully next week, but please keep an eye out for that because it has a date announcement for when we're going to be doing our first Coop Dizzle family event. And if you're watching, guys, if you got this deep in the video, thank you so much. You're the people that those events are really designed for, okay? So keep an eye out for that so you can get that information. And yeah, I think that's going to do it for us, guys. It has been a much more buildy episode than I ever predicted that it would be. But you know what? This project, sometimes it was frustrating, but overall it was really fun, and I think it adds a really cool dimension to Sanctuary. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy the episode, please make sure you hit the like button for me. Feel free to share the video as well, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Join the Coop Dizzle fam. And until next time, my friends, thank you so much for hanging out today, and may be happy, may be well, and take care. I'll see you later.